Hello, Sagittarius. I am here to throw around some bonus reads. I'm going to try and do that today because I haven't been doing it for a while. So I'm here to throw on some bonus reads. Just halted the weeklies for a moment just to get out some bonuses and say thank you for all the ways that you've been loving me. Sagittarius, you are my fire family. Thank you so much for all the ways that you have been loving me. Let's find out what's going on for you in this bonus read. I'm reading for the current energy or the future energy. I don't intend for any of this to be going on in the past. But, you know, it is what it is. It's your lens. So look at it the way you will. Let's find out what's going on in the bonus read. Sag, if you're interested in a private read, look, now's the time. I am pretty much caught up. And if you want your private reads, please look in the pinned comment. Follow the link to Hypsee. Let's find out what's going on for you, Sagittarius, fire family, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's find out what is going on for you, which could be today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. Who knows, right? We are on the precipice of the full moon. Do you have Leo energy? Ooh, look at this. They fell out this time. Let's go. Okay. We've got the Lovers and we've got the Two of Swords. You, my friend, are going to be posed with a choice. Could be a choice between two people, two paths. It feels like this is full moon energy. Look at that. We got the full moon over the head of the person on the Two of Swords. And the eyes are covered, which means that the universe is encouraging you to use your intuition. To not believe what you see, because sometimes the eyes will deceive. So I feel like you're being asked to feel the energy around you. You can see that the water is in the background. It feels like there is a decision to make here, or a choice, like I said, between two paths, two people. Regardless of what you're choosing between, I feel like you will be completely cutting the other one out. Which means if you're choosing between two friends, you're choosing one friend over another and you're putting the other friendship to the wayside. Or maybe it's love. Tell me what's going on for Sagittarius. We've got the Six of Wands. So I want to say that you only have one place that you want to put all of your energy into. This is Leo energy, right? We are in the Leo full moon energy. We have been for about the last 3 or 4 days. So I do feel that the reason you're being so careful about the decision or the choice that you're about to make, whether it's love or not, it feels like the Six of Wands tells me that you've come from a really hard cycle in your life. And that's why you're being really very careful about the decision that you make. You're no longer believing it when you see it because, like I said, the eyes can deceive, right? It can look and like it's all wrapped up in a beautiful wrapper with a great big bow on top. But when you get on the inside, there's nothing but one damn marble rolling around. Just saying. So I feel like somebody here has been through it, has been through the war, has been through the fight. You're about to get some sort of a victory. Something is going to go right for you. And I feel like this Six of Wands is telling me, I have decided, like, look, we've got this guy and he's got this thing on his head. I've decided to give all of my energy to one path or one person. He's got this wreath on his head. He's also got the victory wreath here. And please know that in the past, in the medieval days, right, that's how you knew that someone was betrothed. It wasn't through rings. It was through the matriarch making wreaths. And the wreaths would be worn on the heads of the betrothed, right, whoever was about to get married or who was taken, I guess, in society. To know that it was hands off is they wore matching wreaths on their head. Yeah. So let's find out what else is going on here. So I feel like you're about to make a serious decision. And I don't think you're asking someone to marry you. I don't think it's that serious. But I think you're like thinking, okay, well, it's time for me to stop splitting my attention, splitting my time. It's time for me to focus on one thing and put all of my time and attention, efforts and energies into one person, one path, one job. We've got the Hanged Man here. So I feel like you have been really looking closely under maybe a glass, a magnifying glass about what you're going to do. I feel like you've either stopped to pause for a perspective here, but you know that you have to sacrifice. I feel like you have to sacrifice one path or one person or one job. It feels like there is a sacrifice that's going to go on here. And I feel like it's really important that you take your time and make the right decision, because when you do, everything shall shift, and it will shift hard. And I feel like the shift means that you come out of the pause, things begin to move quicker. We've got Leo energy here, and I feel like this is going to happen. Things begin to move forward after the full moon energy here. The full moons are always about release. This is the winter moon, and I feel like it is an energy of making choices and deciding exactly what's up unapologetically, because that's Leo. Look, I'm just going to go my way unapologetically, right? They're like an Aquarius on fire. One more card. Tell you what's going on with Sagittarius in this bonus read. We've got the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so I feel like it is I'm going to say intent, that the Page of Pentacles is giving me that I now have an intention. I'm no longer just going to be swiping left and right. I've decided I'm going to make a decision and go with it. Put all my eggs in that one basket, put all of my time and attention onto that, and I intend on getting some sort of a victory. Look, there's nothing that will stand between Leo and what they want. Literally zero things. This I know to be true. I have a son who is a Leo. There is nothing that you will do to stop Leo from getting what they want. Now, please remember that because you are Sagittarius, and I know that you are, that not everyone that logs in here is a Sagittarius sun. Some people are a Leo sun with a Sagittarius rising, moon, Venus, or Jupiter, right? So this isn't just for the Sagittarius sun. So that's why I always mention the other signs. It does feel like something is shifting into something very positive. There's a very positive energy here, because it feels like with this Page of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Six of Wands, that this is something that all the people in your life are going to be very excited about. It feels like when this shift comes and you, with intention, decide to give somebody a small offer, it feels like everybody around you is going to know. So you're going to start maybe introducing somebody to your friends, introducing people to your family. This, for some of you, though, could be a job, right? It could be that you have decided it's time to end my cooperation with the job that I'm in. The full moon is here, and you might be making this decision around or after the full moon, that I need to make a decision and I need to feel it out, and it's time for me to invest my time into something different, sacrifice the job and move forward. So I do feel for some of you this could be love. Others of you this could be just a really important decision. So whatever you're facing right now that you can't decide upon, I believe you will be deciding upon that within the next week or so. Because of the Two of Swords being here with this particular depiction of the full moon hanging over the head, which means this is a permanent decision. I'm cutting one thing out in favor of another. We've got the Queen of Cups. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. This is, I feel, the path that you're going to choose is the one of least resistance. And so what I mean about that is, if we're talking about people, you're going to be taking the path of the person who's easiest to be with, easiest to get along with, the one who doesn't require the most of your time, efforts, or energies. I feel like you are taking the path of least resistance if you're in a job that's really hard, taxing, hard on your mental health. Right? I feel like if there's another job that maybe doesn't pay as much, but maybe doesn't pay as much, right? Page of Pentacles is here, but it's going to make you a lot happier. I feel like you have been thinking about this, reassessing the situation, and collecting all the data, because this is a really emotional decision for you, regardless of what kind of decision you're making, whether it's a job or a person or whatever it is. It feels like it's deeply emotional for you. So it feels like it's a deeply emotional decision. Moons are always about emotions, right? Pisces and Cancer energy. But there is a choice to be made here. And this is not just, a choice of, whether to go left or right. This is a permanent decision. I'm cutting out the other one. Like, I'm going to say, I'm not seeing you anymore. You're probably just going to cut out that one for the other. Yeah. The reason that you are moving so slowly and being so analytical and going slow moving and assessing the situation as you go is because you know that you can have whatever it is that you want, Sagittarius. And once you do take the leap, I think the Fool here, the Fool energy within you, which is like exhilarating and fun and exciting and fiery, and I want to go get what I want. You can see that the Fool is pointing toward the Knight, but I've got to be solid and grounded and practical about what I'm doing here, because it feels like with the Knight of Pentacles, it's more of a permanent decision, or that you intend to be very serious about the effort, time, energy that you're putting into this new experience here, whatever it is for you. Tell me about the Six of Wands, please, for Sagittarius. What can you expect to come from this? We've got the King of Swords. So it's really important to you that you are intellectually happy, which means that somebody's got to be able to match you in the brains. So they have to be able to stimulate you intellectually, as well as be, hot, very good looking, someone who you just can't keep your hands off of. But I feel like for you that it first starts intellectually, because if that person is good looking, but they're shallow, that's not good for you. This person needs to be someone who's very factual, truthful, and honest, somebody who's very reasonable, someone who knows when to take the emotions out of it and speak in terms of swords, speak from truth, honesty, facts, things like that. So I feel like that's what the win looks like for you, Sagittarius. It looks like an intellectual connection. It looks like being with somebody, or in a job, or in a situation where there's no illusion, where we can cut through the bullshit with the facts, the honesty, and the truth, and nobody's going to get offended. Like, it feels like there is a lot of. I feel like you're just looking for someone who is not going to be hiding behind rose-colored glasses, somebody who's not unsure, who can't make a decision. You're like, the King of Swords is the one who's going to make a decision. It's going to cut out everyone else and going to make one decision. So you're not looking for someone who's wishy-washy. You're looking for someone who's going to create an intellectual environment whereby there's not going to be any confusion, there's not going to be any illusion, and then we can move forward based on truth, because the King of Swords is holding the sword of truth. Tell me about this Tower, because I feel like there is going to be a shift. It feels like a small shift. Look, it doesn't feel like a total implosion. It feels like a small shift, because it feels like once you make your decision and your intention, that something begins to grow in the 3D. It does feel like it is a win. I'm going to say it does feel like a small win. Tell me what this is. We've got the Justice card. Oh, I like that. We've got the Five of Pentacles. And we've got the King of Wands. It does feel to me that we grow quickly from here. I think we're probably talking about somebody who is in their fire energy. So we're probably talking about someone like you who's Sagittarius, or maybe another fire energy, or someone who acts like a fire energy, an Aries or a Leo, or somebody who has a lot of wisdom about where to put their fire. I always say the King of Wands has wisdom and has grown up from being, has been the Knight of Wands, and realizes that when fire is out of control, it can burn things down pretty quick. So I feel like somebody is not giving you all of their fire. I think that's why the Five of Pentacles is here with the King of Wands. I feel like they would rather give you their truthful, honest, harmonious swords first, is what it feels like. So you're going to make a shift into this Justice energy, which is the restoration of things. I feel like this is a soft launch into some sort of something that begins with practicality and us speaking about what we really don't want to happen here. It does feel like this shift is slow and sure. And, Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles tells me friendship, practicality. You give me info, I give you info. I feel like we are restoring faith, restoring trust, restoring justice at this time. So I feel like things are going to shift, but it's when you make this decision or this choice. The person you could, if this is about a person at all, and for some of you it won't be, it could be an Aries, a Libra, I said a fire sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, could be Pisces. Let's take a look here. Yeah, it does feel like it does feel like somebody here is teetering on the edge of, do I have a plan if things begin to move too quickly? I must have discipline in the things that I'm passionate about, because it could end up pretty quickly in the Nine of Wands, and then I'll be burnt out, and I don't want to do that. So I do feel like there is something here that, it does feel like with the Page of Pentacles that there is somebody reaching out, or they will make contact in the 3D. And what I mean by that is not swiping left and right. Or if you are swiping left and right, this is somebody who you meet face to face a few times, 5 of Pentacles, a few times in the real world, face to face, before you make your decision about whether you're going to sacrifice this little bit of energy you've put in, or whether your perspective brings this coming to fruition, coming face to face, brings more of us planting a seed or a pentacle. So I feel like there is a choice. And when you do make a choice, it feels like you're making a choice between 2 paths or 2 people. Tell me what you may have to sacrifice if you decide to move forward. We have the 3 of Cups, we have the 6 of Cups, and we have the Ace of Cups. So I feel like your perspective is, what if I have to sacrifice my friend group? Or what if this person wants too much of my time, effort, and energy? What if I have to sacrifice my happiness? And then you start to go into this place of, I'm not willing to sacrifice my 10 cups, right? We've got 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm not willing to sacrifice how happy I am right now. So I think that we will go slow, we will pause. We will go slow, we will pause, and see if things shift into a place where we can restore faith, restore how I feel about relationships, which might be 5 of Pentacles, and control our passions until we decide which point that we are moving forward here. It does feel like for somebody here that this has been a long time coming. If this is a job for you, it feels like you've been wanting to quit this job for a while because you don't see a way forward. You don't see, like, it feels like you've hit the glass ceiling, or you don't see a way forward. And every day that you go there, it feels like you become more emotionally detached every time you show up there. Things become confusing. It starts to be an environment of knowledge is power. And I feel like it's burnt you out. So I think that the Chariot is here to say something's under the surface that I don't understand. I need to make a plan for myself, to make a choice to go somewhere else and do something else. And it feels like this probably coming up soon is the shift you're going to make. And I think it's because of the full moon. Look, this full moon is asking you, what will you put up with from here? Right? Because Leo's not putting up with anybody's bullshit. And we've got this full moon in Leo. Full moons are about release. So what are you putting up with from here? So tell me more of what happens for Sag. Temperance, you're going to make the right decision. You'll make the decision that's best for you. You'll make the right decision, and you'll do it in a moment of alchemy. So look, if you're not ready to leave the job, if you're not ready to start the relationship, if you're not ready to soft launch yourself into the dating world, if you're not ready, then don't do it. Because Temperance says, wait. Wait until the right moment. Wait until you're comfortable. Wait. If you want to wait, then wait. I would say that the Temperance is something that is being offered to you, but is also within your control. Temperance is showing up anyway, but you get to react or respond. So you get to make the decision about when you are listening to the universe about when that moment is. When is it going to be the right time? So if you're not ready now, it's okay. Yeah, some of you are feeling very defensive. Some of you you're just in the talking stage and you're not really sure if you want to continue to be in the talking stage. I'm just watching you from a distance. I'm learning from you. I'm observing things, and I'm keeping myself behind the boundaries. So I feel like somebody is still very blocked off emotionally, blocked off intellectually. I don't know that you're ready to exchange much more than words. We're in the talking phase. So if you're not in the talking phase, you will be in the talking phase soon. Especially if you're swiping, I feel like you're going to find somebody who is going to give you some good conversation with intention to meet you somewhere. That's what it feels like here. So it does end up moving into the 3D. You do not make this decision. I feel like for those of you who are talking to someone in another country or someone that you don't have access to, I don't think that this is what I'm talking about. I feel like before anything moves forward here, we're meeting face to face. So whether they come from another country or whatever, what have you, it feels like we have to meet face to face before anything moves forward here. We've got the 8 of Pentacles, and then we decide where it goes from here. Do we work on this or not? Because it feels like somebody here is very particular. It's like yes or no. I'm looking at the 2 of Swords, right? Yes or no, forward or backward, you're out and you're in. It's like it's going to be a decision of, we have to make this decision, and I'm serious about making this decision. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. What happens in the face-to-face meeting? We have the moon energy. The 2 of Cups is in the reverse, and then we have the Star. Well, somebody's not sure but hopeful. So things are not as they seem. I feel like somebody here is going to be a little bit stoic on the surface, especially for those of you who are dealing with someone who is in their air energy. But it feels as though, or Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. It feels like you're going to be dealing with someone who's not going to show you their feelings on the surface, because the Kings are very good at keeping very stoic. But I feel like there will be a small shift and things will start to materialize in a very balanced but slow way because of these pentacles. So I feel like you show up to this meeting face to face and it becomes hopeful. But look, the Two of Cups is in the reverse. I'm still not sure what's going on. I'm not sure if I want to deepen this connection. I'm not sure if I want to see you again. So I feel like it's not until you get to this person face to face and feel them out, moon energy, and you feel if this is certain or not. I think you're hopeful that it will be, but you're unsure whether this is worth putting all of your emotions, all of your time, everything that you've collected, all this data. Is this person truthful? Because the Magician is here. And look, actions that don't match words is manipulation. So be aware that the Magician is still here and might be throwing up illusions, confusion, right? If they start talking in a way that is illusions or confusion, then you know to get the heck out of there. I think you're a little bit worried, and I don't blame you, and you might be holding back just a little bit. But I think there's going to be an opportunity for you to meet someone soon. Someone is coming in, and I think that it's going to be up to you as to what decision you make, because the Two of Swords is here with the full moon. And I feel because of the full moon, those full moon energies, you're probably going to make this decision within the next couple of weeks. I'm going to leave this right here. Thank you so much for watching, Sag. Thanks for all the ways you love me. If you need a private read, please look in the pinned comment. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Take care. Bye-bye.